What exactly is the connection between hormones and fertility in people who menstruate? Hi, I'm Vinisha, Mira sex hormone tester, and this is day 15 of my cycle. And pardon the nasal strip, I have a little congestion today. Before I first began tracking my hormones, I had little to no idea what each hormone's individual job was during each phase of my cycle. Which is wild because I am a firm believer that knowledge is power. Let's get in today's testing results and explore the connection. So, my plans for today, I'm going to celebrate the holidays with some trusted and close friends. So, my mood is a 6 out of 10. My motivation and productivity is at a 6 out of 10. I plan to do little to nothing unless it is celebration involved. My sex drive is a 6 out of 10, and my self confidence is at an 8 out of 10. I feel really good in my body and I feel very relaxed today. This morning, I tested with the Max and Ovum wands. And as you can see, today's fertility score is a 7 out of 10 as I approach my predicted date of ovulation. Now to the chart. But first, let's talk about LH. LH, or luteinizing hormone, remains relatively low throughout the cycle except during ovulation. This is when you'll notice a peak in LH production in order to trigger ovulation. Ovulation can typically occur within a day up to 36 hours after an LH peak. Then simply hours after an LH surge, it'll dip back down throughout the luteal, menstrual, and follicular phases. LH is an important hormone to track when determining ovulation, as it controls the function of the ovaries. As you can see from my chart, it was on the rise along with E3G, but dipped shortly after my E3G did. And in that case, now on to E3G. E3G is a metabolite of estrogen. As you can start to see from my chart, it rises as we approach ovulation, usually a few days before triggering an LH peak to commence ovulation. Afterwards, E3G steadily drops, usually being its highest during the ovulatory and luteal phases. E3G is essential for helping the body, and more specifically the uterus, in preparing for potential pregnancy. As you can see from my chart, my E3G levels spiked, but ovulation hasn't yet occurred. It's possible that my ovaries aren't yet ready to produce a mature egg for ovulation. Now on to PDG. Once the egg is released, the follicle through which it came from is now producing what is called progesterone. PDG is a metabolite of progesterone. PDG levels usually rise during the luteal phase or after an egg has been released during ovulation. If conception doesn't occur within our fertile window, PDG levels will steadily drop a week after ovulation into our luteal phase. As you can see from my chart, my PDG rose a little but dipped quickly along with my other hormones since an egg hasn't yet been released. And finally, onto FSH, or follicle stimulating hormone. These follicles are actually what produce the egg that is released during ovulation. And FSH actually stimulates the growth of these follicles to prompt them and allow them to produce an egg for ovulation. It's usually during your first half of your cycle that you'll notice FSH levels rising. Then they will peak again around ovulation, same time as LH, and continue through ovulation. It's normal to experience at least 3 FSH surges in one cycle. So that's just an overview, and I'm not an expert by any means possible, but this is an intricate process. Our bodies are wonderful and complex systems. If just one hormone is out of whack, it can disrupt the entire cycle. Luckily with Mira, you get to witness that dance in real time. And if any hormone gets out of step, you'll know it's time to seek expert medical support and counseling.